All right, hello everyone and welcome to Up and Moving, which is a community-based physical activity program for the Upper Peninsula. My name is Isaac Wiedig. I'm a graduate student in the Kinesiology and Integrative Physiology department at Michigan Tech. And very briefly, our goal with Up and Moving is to keep adults physically active, both during the pandemic now, but also beyond into the future. By providing you with virtual workouts that you can do from home. You can join live or watch recorded versions on our website and our YouTube channel. Today, we're going to be going through an agility and balance focused workout, but we're going to keep moving the whole time. So your heart rate's going to be elevated. You're going to be on your feet, on your toes. We're going to be doing a lot of quick movements with the feet. So the overall plan for today is we're going to start with a warm up, about 5 or 10 minutes there. And then we'll get into the actual workout. So we'll have 3 circuits we're going to do of 6 different exercises we'll roll through. And then after that, we're going to finish up and we'll use some, specifically just some balance work as sort of our cool down to bring our heart rate down. So that is the overall goal of today, what we're going to be going through. Only things that you should need for the workout towards the end when we're doing some of the balance stuff, you might want to have either, a counter next to you, or a nice sturdy chair to use for a little bit of balance support if you need that. You can assess that when we get there. And then other than that, the only other thing that you may need is I'm going to be having some obstacles that I'm going to be stepping over with my feet. I'm going to be using these nice pillows behind me here. Pillows are good soft obstacles. If you step on them, you're not likely to trip or break anything, but you can use shoes. A book can work, anything you can set on the floor. Use as something that you have to step over. All right, so that is the plan. Let's go ahead. We'll get started and get into our warm up here. I'm going to start things off with a big knee hug, and I'm going to bring the knee up to my chest, grab it with my arms, and give it a big hug, show it a little love. I definitely need a good thorough warm up this morning. I'm a little sore and a little sluggish today. So hopefully after this warm up, I'll feel ready to go. And I'm going to start to add a little calf raise in there and go up on my toes as I grab that knee. We will start to get the calves and the ankles warmed up here. We're going to be, as I said, on our feet a lot today. So we'll make sure that we get those feet and those calves warmed up well. Good, and let's go ahead and we'll transition into my favorite, zombie kicks. Always have to include these in a good warm up. So I've got my hands out in front of me, kicking my toes up to my fingertips. I'm going to try to keep my knee fairly straight here. Should feel it a little bit tight in the back of your leg. That's what we're looking for. And you can start kicking those feet a little bit higher if you can make it, get a little deeper stretch. If you've tuned into many of my workouts on Up and Moving, probably realize I use almost the same warm-up for every workout. I have a series of movements that I strategically use to get all the joints and all the muscles here. So, and this is what I use for my very own workouts too when I'm going to do some strength training or anything else. Good. Let's go ahead. We'll switch into the next one. So we're going to go into a little reverse lunge. So you're going to be stepping back and then twisting that torso towards your knee that's up. And then we'll just go ahead and we'll alternate here. Stepping back with the other foot, rotating towards that other knee that's up. Start to warm up the knees and the quads a little bit here. These rotations always feel good. Maybe you get some cracks out of your back here. As you start to feel a little bit more comfortable, you can drop that lunge a little bit deeper and try to get that back knee closer to the floor. Try to rotate a little more. Good. Couple more of these. Last one. All right. Next one we're going to go to is going to be, we're going to hinge down. So hinging at the hips, reaching for the toes. We're going to get as far as we can, and then we're going to come up, put our arms into a Y. We're going to extend and look at the ceiling and get a good stretch and extension in that back. So hinge at the hips, up, and look at the ceiling. And we'll just repeat here. Good. This is another one I think that always feels really good. We'll get one more of these, one more good reach and stretch. Perfect. Next one, we're going to be grabbing our ankle, reaching our other hand for the sky, and then we're going to alternate sides here. So we got a little bit of balance incorporated with the quad stretch. So go nice and slow if you have to, if you're struggling with your balance a little bit here. Can't always grab onto a couch, table, chair, something for a little bit of balance if you need it. I'm already starting to sweat. It's hot in here today. Good. All right, let's go ahead. We'll switch into the next one. We're going to go into a little lateral lunge. So I'm going to get my feet a little wider than shoulder width here. Get my hands on my thigh, and I'm going to lean towards one knee. Keep that opposite leg straight. And then I'm going to flip, hit the other side. I'm just going to get a brief stretch. And then I'm going to flip to the other side. And just keep bouncing back and forth here. This is a real good stretch for the inside of your leg here. And again, we can kind of start to get those knees warmed up. Put a little tension on those. And as we loosen up, you can try to get a little bit deeper on these lateral lunges. Good. Great, let's get one more in here. Perfect. All right, we'll wake the upper body up a little bit. So I'm gonna go with some arm circles, and I like to get a little side step here too. Keep everything moving. I'm gonna start forward. And I'm gonna start to make these circles a little bit bigger as my shoulders loosen up here. And eventually I'm gonna get to really big circles where I'm trying to use as much range of motion in those shoulders as I have. Great, and we can shake those out. I'm just gonna keep on stepping here. We'll go right into arm swings. So now I'm gonna bring those arms across my body, trying to reach for opposite sides of the room. And on that backswing, I'm really opening my chest up, getting a good chest stretch, pulling my shoulder blades together back there. Good, and let's go ahead and we'll shake that one out. And now we'll go backwards with those arm circles. Shoulders are probably starting to feel a little tired now. That's okay. We're almost through our warm up here. We're gonna go to a little bit higher intensity movements after this, and we'll get our heart rates elevated a bit more. Take a little water break before we get into the actual workout. But you will be feeling ready to go by the time we wrap the warm up. Good. We'll shake that out a little bit. All right, next we're gonna go into some speed skaters here. So we're gonna be stepping from one foot to the other. I'm swinging those arms, pushing that back leg behind me, just like I'm skating down an ice track here. And we can start to make those steps a little bit bigger, maybe into a little bit of a hop here. Good. And I'm going to get a little bit further on those hops, and I'm going to try to increase my pace a little bit so we can increase that intensity a tad if you're comfortable with it. With these last few movements, we're going to really try to push our heart rate up a little more. But try to make it gradual here. Good. We're going to go for 10 more seconds, so I'm going to increase my pace a little more here and start working a little harder. Down to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's time. Good. Next, we're going to go into a jog in place. So I'm going to get my arms pumping, my feet moving. Just jogging for now. If you can, try to lift those feet off the floor. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff on our feet today, where you're going to have to be picking your feet up, stepping over obstacles, moving your feet quickly. So we'll make sure that we've got them prepped to perform. Good. And I'm going to increase my pace a little bit. I'm going to kick it up about 2 miles an hour here. And I'm going to start thinking about when one foot touches the ground, that other foot should be coming up, working on those quick feet. I'm going to try to stay on the balls of my feet here. Good, and we're going for one more little interval here where I'm going to bump up my intensity even a little bit more. So get those arms pumping, get those legs working, quick feet. We can pretend like we are at nearing the finish line of a foot race here. And let's go for 10 more seconds. Try to get yourself breathing hard so it's starting to get a little bit difficult to talk. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that is time. Good. Nice job. Warm up is done. Let's go ahead, take a minute here to grab a drink. I have to say, I feel much better than I did when I first logged on here. All right. So while you're recovering a little bit, getting a sip of water, I'll run you through what the structure of today's workout is going to look like. We are going to have 6 exercises. They're all different. And we're going to run through each one of those exercises back to back. We're going to do each one for 30 seconds. So we're going to do 30 seconds of an exercise. I'll let you know when it's time to switch. We'll switch to the next one. We're going to rip through those. So we have 3 minutes of continuous work coming up. So you can control your pace with all of these exercises. If you need to make it harder, if you need to make it easier, you can either speed them up or slow them down. Feel free to take a break at any time during these intervals. You don't have to make it through the full 3 minutes nonstop. That's tough. These are going to be tough exercises to do. That's all right. We're going to go through that 3 times. So we'll take 3 minutes of work. We'll take a break, come back, do 3 minutes of work, and then 3 minutes of work again at the end. We're going to do the same 6 exercises for each one of those circuits that we ripped through. So first circuit, I'm going to go through a little bit slower and explain each one of the exercises to you. These aren't too bad today, though, so you should pick them up pretty fast. All right, so let's get into it. I'm going to get my timer out so that I don't get accused of running us over 30 seconds on these. So our first exercise is going to be a floor touch. So what you're going to be doing is stepping out to the side. You're going to touch the floor, and then you're going to touch the other hand to the floor. So you're stepping a foot out, touch the floor, step a foot in, step the other foot out. If you can't quite touch the floor, it's okay. You can just do a little reach down like this. But ultimately what we're looking for is to have really quick feet. And we're going to be making quick touches. And if you want to, you can even turn it into sort of a hop where you're actually hopping your foot in and out of place. So that will make it a little bit harder. But just one more time, nice and slow. Step your foot in, touch the floor, step your foot in, touch the floor. So floor touches. All right, we're going to go for 30 seconds here. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. So I'm going to touch the floor, step foot in, touch the floor. Again, totally cool. If you can't touch the floor, just make a reach down. We're trying to do that. Eventually, I think by our second and third round here, you should really have the movement down. You can try to crank it up and increase your pace. For this one, we'll try to pace ourselves. We're on our last 5 seconds, so I'm going to go in to a hop here, alternating side to side. And then with this hop, I'm doing the same thing with my feet, but I'm doing it all in a little jump. And 3, 2, 1, that's time. Good. All right. Floor touches out of the way. Those can get actually really hard, especially when you're tired. So don't sleep on those. All right, next one's going to be karaoke. So this is kind of a complex foot pattern we're going to do. So we're going to be moving side to side in your space that you have at home. What you're going to be doing is stepping a foot out. Then the other foot's going to come in front, step out, foot and back, step out, foot in front, step out, foot and back. So you have a lead foot that's just going to be continuously stepping out. And then you have a trailing foot that's going to be alternating which sides it's going, either the front or the back of the lead foot. So quickly, it's going to look like this. I can sort of swivel my hips, but I'm stepping out, stepping out. So again, complex movement. If you can't pick this up on our first round, that's okay. Do your best. All right, we're going to go for 30 seconds here. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So step out, lead, back foot in front, back foot and back foot in front, back foot and back. And we're going to lead with the other leg. Back foot in front, back foot and back foot in front, back foot and back. All right, so I'm going to speed it up a little bit here for you. It'll look something like this when you start to get that speed down. And again, we're really kind of looking for quick feet here. So eventually when you get this down, you're really going to be moving those feet. And we're down 3, 2, 1, and time. Good. All right. Going to our next one. This is going to be called belt kicks. So what you're going to be doing is hands on your hips here, like you got your hands on your belt. You're going to be kicking your inside leg, stepping over, kicking, stepping over, kicking, and we're just alternating side to side. So you're sort of going into a little side step sort of lunge, and then kicking that inside foot. Right, and we can increase our pace here to make these harder. Really think about squeezing your abs on that kick. All right, we're gonna go for 30 seconds here. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. So kick that inside leg, step across, inside leg, step across. These are another one. Don't sleep on these. They're easy during our first round when we're fresh. These are going to get hard. Good. We got about 5 seconds left here. 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Good. I like those ones. Those are kind of fun. All right, next exercise we're going to implement some obstacles here. So I have these perfect pillows that are really good for this. So if you've got pillows around, you can use those, or you can use a Shoe is good. I have some really bright colored Crocs, which would be a great obstacle because you can't miss them with your eyes. But you're gonna put something down to step over. So there's two ways that we can do this one. What we're gonna be doing is going forward and back over the obstacles. So we're gonna be working on stepping over obstacles, which is something we commonly have to do during the day or in our lives. So this is good to train in a good, safe environment. So you can either do it with one pillow where you're stepping over and back and making sure that you're trying not to touch that obstacle in front of you or behind you. We're getting those feet over. And then eventually you can increase that speed a little bit to where you're going a little faster. Another way that we could do this is the way that I prefer, because I feel like I'm actually moving somewhere, is I like to line up a few obstacles and then I can step over each of them sort of in a line like so. And it'll look something like that. All right, so these are fun. I like these ones. So we're gonna go for 30 seconds here, whether you're stepping over and back over one obstacle or multiple, whatever you've got set up is perfect. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So one thing you want to sort of avoid here is too much hopping. You don't want to hop over these. Your hips should sort of stay level and stay in the same line as you're moving forward and back. So my torso looks like it's almost just floating across your screen, and it's just my legs below me that are doing the moving. I'm trying to stay on my toes here as I try to speed this up. This is what it'll look like. It's a lot easier going forward than backward. We're at 3, 2, 1, and that is time. Good. So we can go ahead and get those obstacles out of the way. Hang on to those though. We're going to need them for our next round. Okay, next one we're going to here. These are called hurdles. So what we're going to do is we're going to be running in place. And whenever I say jump, we're going to do a little hurdle off to the side. And then when I say jump, we're going to hurdle back to the other side. So you can pretend like you're jumping over an obstacle. If you don't like jumping and it's too much impact for you, it's totally cool to just take a step. But we're basically going to be running in place and then hitting those hurdles. All right. So let's go ahead and we'll get going. Get those feet moving, quick feet. We're running down the track. We can pretend we're in Japan for the Olympic Games here. And jump. And we hurdle and jump and hurdle. Jump. 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 And jump. 3, 2, 1, and jump, and we're done. Good. Okay. We have one more exercise, and then we're done with this round. We'll take a little water break. Our last one, I saved the worst for last, is going to be a side shuffle with a burpee. So we're going to be side shuffling across the room with whatever space you have, making sure that we don't cross our feet. We want to just bring one foot to the other and then take another step. And then what we're going to do at the end when you get to a side is you're going to reach down for those toes, get a hop. So you can either do that form of a burpee, or if you prefer, you can go into a full burpee where your hands down, feet back, up, and then hop. And then to the other side, hop. All right, so that's what we're going to be doing next. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Side shuffle, burpee, side shuffle, burpee. Don't cross those feet. Keep your knees bent. These ones are a good finisher on the round here. Good. And we're at 3, 2, 1, and time. Good. Okay. One round down, we have 2 to go. So let's grab a quick drink of water here. Ooh, I'm gonna keep pacing back and forth here. Active breaks are nice to keep things moving, helps you recover a little bit better. Already got lots of sweat pouring down. So now you have a feel for all the exercises. So our next round, I'm gonna move through it a little bit faster. There'll be less explanation for each one. I'll remind you what we're doing at the beginning of each interval. But now you can control your pace, and you can speed it up, you can slow it down, now that you know kind of what the full 3 minutes is gonna look like. Whew. All right. Couple big deep breaths here. Whew. A sip of water. I think I'm ready to go. Hope everybody at home is ready. So just a recap on our first one. We're touching the floor, bringing our foot in, sticking our foot out, bring our foot in, stick it out. So we're always bringing those feet back to center, but alternating those hands that we touch the floor with. All right, ready? Floor touches coming at you. 30 seconds, for 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and go. Just touch the floor. Now I'm gonna try to speed myself up a little bit here this round. Again, if you can't quite touch the floor, that's okay. Just reach as far as you can. Good, we're down to 10 seconds. I'm gonna go into more of a hop here, which is a little bit harder, a little higher intensity. So feel free to try this if you need a little extra. 3, 2, 1, time, good. We're moving right into karaoke here. So we're bringing the back foot in front and then back, stepping across with the lead foot. Ready, 3, 2, 1, here we go. Try to use quick feet here. Keep a little bend in those knees, stay on your toes. Good, quick feet, quick feet, quick feet. Nice job. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Time, good. Next one, we have belt kicks. So again, hands on the hips, we kick that inside foot, we step, we kick, step, almost like you're ducking under a wire. Think about there being a wire right here in the middle, and you gotta sort of get underneath it and kick, underneath it and kick. Ready, 3, 2, 1, here we go. Kick, step under the wire and kick. Hands on those hips. Keep those abs tight. And we can speed this up a little bit here. Try to push that intensity if you can at home. I told you not to sleep on these ones. Good, we're at 3, 2, 1, time, good. Next exercise, we got our obstacles. I'm gonna lay those down real quick here. Again, you can just use one if you want to and go over and back, or multiple. We're gonna go for 30 seconds. Ready, 3, 2, 1, here we go. So remember, try not to hop too much, just move those legs underneath your hips. Good, and if you're just doing the one obstacle, we're getting both feet over the front, both feet over the back. Trying not to touch the obstacle, that's kind of the goal here. So this is a little bit of coordination. Trying to move those feet in space. Good, 3, 2, 1, time, and I'm gonna get these out of the way. Roll on to the next one. These are our hurdles. So let's go ahead. Let's get running in place, and every time I yell jump, we're doing a little hurdle off to the side or just a step. All right, here we go, get them going. And you can control your running speed here. If you need it to be harder, run a little faster. And jump. And jump. 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 5 seconds, jump. 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 And time. Good job. Last exercise, shuffles and burpees. So we're going side to side. And then we're getting our burpee in at each end. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. So you can try to make those shuffles as quick as you can across the floor. Get those feet moving, but don't cross them. Oh yeah, I'm really starting to sweat now. And we're down to 3, 2, 1, time. Good. All right, 2 rounds down. We got 1 to go. Whew. That one was a little more challenging. So we'll take some time here to rest, get some water. I'm almost through my water bottle already. Whew. I don't think any of those exercises are very easy, especially on the second round when you're already a little bit tired. Oh. All right. So one more time through. We only have 3 minutes of work left. That always sounds really good. So you start the last interval, and then it's the longest 3 minutes of your life. That's all right. We'll get through it here together. And again, if you have to take a break at any point during the next 3 minutes in our last circuit, take a little break, get a drink. You can rejoin us when you feel ready. All right. Couple deep breaths here. Yeah, one more drink, and then I think we'll polish off our last round here. All right. Woo. Okay, starting off with floor touches. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Touch the floor. Here we go. 30 seconds here. This is your last chance today to do each one of these exercises. Of course, you are free to do them at home later if you really want to, but I highly doubt anybody's going to be doing that. I think I'm getting my fill. Good, down to 5 seconds. I'm going to go into a hop here, increase the intensity a little bit. 3, 2, 1, time, good. Let's roll right into the next one. We got karaoke. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Quick feet. Quick feet. Keep a little bend in the knees. Stay on your toes. And this is one where we've had a little bit of practice today, so you can really try to get those feet moving as fast as possible here. And then we are down to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time, good. All right. Belt kicks coming at you. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So kick, step under the wire, kick, under the wire, kick, kick. We can increase our pace here. Last round. If you can push yourself and you feel comfortable with it, I encourage you. Good. We're getting there. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Woo. Okay, we have our obstacles. I'm going to go ahead and just hit one pillow this time. Going over and back. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Stepping over both feet. Trying not to do too much of a hop. I'm trying to keep my hips right in one place if I can here. And I'm moving my legs below me. Should turn and face my timer though, for everyone's sake. Down to our last 5 seconds here. 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Good. Woo, okay. Done with those. Moving on to hurdles. So let's get them going. We're running in place here. And on my command, we're doing a hurdle. Ready, jump. Hurdle to the side. And jump. And jump. And jump. And jump. 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 5 seconds. Jump. Jump. Last one, jump. Good. All right. Last exercise of the day. Here we go. Side shuffles and burpees. Let's finish strong on this one. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Shuffle, knees bent. Don't cross your feet. I don't know if I can handle a real burpee today. I'm sticking with the modified burpee. They are hard enough. Good job, guys. We're almost there. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. All right. Woo. Okay. Let's take a good break. Grab some water. We did it. Funny to think that it was only 9 minutes of work. But that was tough. Whew. All right. Ooh, that water tastes good. I got sweat running into my eyes. I can barely see. Whew. All right. So the last thing that we're going to do here to sort of cool down, bring our heart rate down, is work on a little bit of balance stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a good stable chair so that I can use this for a little bit of balance support on these. So this is today what we're going to be doing. I like to pick some sort of focused balance exercise at the end of each one of these workouts. This one is going to be a little bit of hip strengthening combined with balance. So we're going to be doing some single leg deadlifts. I have a love-hate relationship with these exercises, with this exercise. Maybe some of you at home do too. But what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be on one leg and we are going to be hinging at our hip. So primarily the movement is coming from the hip. We have a slight bend in the knee, not a lot, but we're going to kick our back leg back and reach down for our toes or the floor with our hands. But you can see that as I do this hinge, I try to keep a fairly straight line from my shoulder down to my foot, and then I come back up. So I'm hinging down, coming back up. And it is a very hard exercise to balance on. We want to stay on that one leg. We want to keep our hips level, so you don't want to open those hips up. You want your chest, your hips facing the floor as you come into that hinge, and then come back to the top. And we want to go nice and slow with these, and you'll be challenged on your balance a little bit. We're going to do 30 seconds a leg, and then we're going to switch and hit the other leg. So if you need to, have a chair right there for you, and you can hang on to that for a little bit of balance support as we're doing these single leg deadlifts. But I challenge you, if that's not tough for you, just try to do it without the chair. Reach down for those hips and kick back. And if you can't touch the floor, that's fine too. Get as far as you can. Okay, with that said, let's go ahead. We're gonna go for 30 seconds here on each leg. Ready? 3, 2, 1, here we go. So I'm gonna go nice, slow, and controlled. I don't think I need the chair, so I'm gonna try without it. I'll give you a front view. So you can see my hips nice and level. They stay square throughout this whole movement. You can see my leg gets a little wobbly as I'm going through this exercise. That's kind of the balance part coming in. You're gonna have to use your foot and your ankle to keep yourself balanced. And I'm just going for nice, slow, controlled reps here. Practice getting on that one leg. It's gonna start to burn in your butt, maybe in your hamstrings a little bit. I definitely feel it in the side of my butt. So that is normal. Let me get one more in. Great, and let's go ahead, we'll flip legs. And ready, 3, 2, 1, here we go. We're gonna go for 30 seconds on this other leg. This is my really bad balance leg. I also had a little hip injury in this leg not too long ago, so this leg's a little bit janky. Nice, slow, controlled. Again, use that chair if you need the chair too for a little bit of balance. It's there for you. You may lose your balance like me. Just recover, get back to it. And I'm gonna go one more here. Good, back to center. Take a little break, shake those legs out. We're gonna go one more time each leg. I definitely feel that, it burns in the butt here. Whew. These exercises are a pain in the butt. That was a joke. I'm sure everybody at home is laughing. I can't hear anybody's sound, but. Okay, so let's go back to the leg that we started with. We're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna try for 30 seconds here. Nice, slow, controlled. Ready? 3, 2, 1, here we go. So I'm gonna hinge down. Trying to make most of that movement come from my hips here, not just bending down in my back. Think about taking your butt and pushing it to the wall behind you is sometimes a good cue to get yourself to hinge at your hips. Good. Let's go 40 seconds on these. Let's add an extra 10 seconds here. Give us a little extra work. We'll overachieve today. Last one. Good, nice job. Whew, yeah, feeling that one. All right, let's go ahead and flip to the other side. So I'm gonna get this chair out of my way here. So we're going with the other leg. Here we go. Good, slow, controlled. Keep those hips square to the floor. Push that butt behind you. Think about pushing your butt to the wall that's right behind you. Good. Again, keep these nice, slow, and controlled. We don't need to rush them. We're working on hip strength and balance here. 3, 2, 1, and time. Good. Ooh, good burn. Good burn. All right. Woo, so that is our workout. We did it. That was a tough one, honestly. I'm sweating. I was working hard. So congratulations all you guys out there. Made it through. Give yourself a pat on the back. Another tough one for our aerobic agility and balance workout. We have another live workout that you can join Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. It's a surprise workout. So it's going to be a surprise what you're going to be doing. So show up and you can see what the surprise is. If you don't like it, you can always just leave the live stream. But I look forward to seeing y'all again next week on Thursday for our aerobic agility and balance workout. And I hope you have a splendid rest of your week. Thank you.